Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming the mini makeup haul. When I went to Sephora and picked up a few items, I'm going to be incorporating that into my regular makeup that I use on a regular basis. So some of the items I'm absolutely obsessed with and I don't know how I live without them. So I'm excited to share what those items were. I hope you guys enjoy. Obviously, it's a pretty neutral eye, per usual. I actually have a photo shoot that I'm doing a little bit later today, so I didn't want to do anything too intense, and I wanted to kind of keep everything to where my eyes are open and it's looking really nice, especially because it's going to be an evening little shoot here that I'm doing. So I hope you guys enjoy the makeup. So I'm going to be starting off with my Unseen sunscreen. Put this all over, focusing on the center of the face. The next thing I'm going to use is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. So I love this product. I feel like it's actually not as moisturizing, which is okay because I'm more combination. So I think they might make a version that's a little bit more hydrating, or unless it's just the oil-free one, I'm not 100% sure. So if you're looking for actual hydration, I wouldn't say this is going to help out with that, but it's nice to kind of create more coverage before my foundation. So now I'm going to go in with the brow lift in the shade Supermodel. Start underneath the brow and kind of work on top. I am obsessed with this product. If you have no brow hair, this is great because it's going to create more of like a subtle effect, and it's angled, so it's super easy to use. Again, I'm going to go in with the other side now. So the thing that I'm also excited about that I absolutely love is that concealer, the Born This Way. I'm going to be using the Born This Way concealer underneath the brow with a little concealer brush. I have a dupe for it. It's the 242. So I just put a little on the back of my hand, and I'm going to pick it up with the brush and go right underneath to cover all the little hairs and carve out my brow so it looks nice and defined. So this concealer is really great because I feel like it sets nicely. It's lightweight, but the coverage is there, which I feel like is really hard to find. And it's almost like a powdery, velvety finish. It's not like super matte, but it's really nice. I am taking this all over my lid too to kind of create a base for my eyeshadow. I really like this concealer, and the bottle's huge, so I would imagine that this would last me forever. And the shade is called Nude. So I'm going to take my 224 with the Enhanced shade with my Charlotte Tilbury Dolce Vita palette. So as you can see, when I put it on, it's not super smooth, but it buffs out nicely. So I love her eyeshadows because they're super jet milled. So not only does a little bit go a long way, but you can make, the smallest little mistake and go right on top, and it buffs out nicely. The next thing I'm going to be using is the Film Star Bronze and Glow, the medium dark palette, and I'm using the more orangey shade to add more warmth and definition to my eyeshadow look here. I absolutely love using that as a blush as well. So I'm going to be taking MAC Cosmetics eyeliner in Teddy, work it right underneath the lashes here. And then I'm going to go a little bit inside the waterline, and I'm not going all the way to the center. And I'm going to take the Enhanced shade again, go underneath to kind of set this. Since it is an eye kohl, it will move a little bit. And I'm going to go in now with a little bit more liner here, and this is going to be the Charlotte Tilbury Barbarella Brown, and I'm going right underneath the lashes. I'm not using it in the waterline. It's a richer brown and it has no shimmer in it, but it's more waterproof, so it stays really well. And I'm going to take Teddy, the eye kohl, go on top, and I'm going to take it from my bottom waterline and kind of pull it upward so it's a natural subtle wing. And I'm just throwing this on. It doesn't need to be perfect because I'm going to take a little brush and I'm going to just kind of buff it afterwards. So it melts it into the skin, makes it a little bit more diffused, so it's not going to be your typical sharp wing liner. So the other thing I was excited about is that I'm going to be using here in a second is the Stila glitter liquid shadow, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And the color is called Kitten, I believe. Yeah, Kitten. So it's so beautiful. I'm pressing it in with my finger after to kind of keep it in place, although it does set nicely and doesn't transfer once it's dry. It's so, so pretty. I don't know where these have been my whole life. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury foundation, the Magic in shade 7. And I'm going to be using my Beauty Blender, so exciting. And I know I'm really late to the party as far as using them, but I spray it with my Mario Badescu spray. I really enjoy using this. I'm not really sure where I've been living not using one, but it's super easy. I feel like it gives me the same effect as my brush though, so I suppose that's why I haven't really, but I like that I feel like it applies it more evenly and a little bit more of a thin layer, I would say, than using my brush. So the main difference I would say is that it applies it a lot more thin. So I'm going to be using the Born This Way concealer, obviously under eye, on top of the nose, above the brow, and I'm using my Beauty Blender and I'm just pressing this in. So I guess this is the game changer, I would say, for the Beauty Blender, is applying it with your concealer. It's the perfect amount. It's not too intense, where sometimes I guess using a brush does leave it a little streaky, although I do go in with my brush because I have a little hair that kind of gets stuck, so don't mind that, but I absolutely love it. Another favorite product is the setting powder from Laura Mercier. This stuff is amazing. It doesn't oxidize, which is great because a lot of the setting powders under eye specifically have oxidized for me for whatever reason, but I absolutely love it. I love the glow. This is the glowy one. It's almost like a goldy color, but again, this is super jet milled, so I feel like it doesn't accentuate any fine lines, so I absolutely love, love, love it. So I'm going to use the Film Star Bronze and Glow, the light medium highlight on top of bone. That's also super jet milled, so it looks really flattering. Go in with my dome shaped brush and pick up the contour from this palette. I feel like everybody can use a nice little contour. Not only does it warm up the face, but it adds dimension to the face and makes me feel like my face is much thinner. So I take it around the frame of the face, underneath the jawline to make my face look like I lost 5 pounds, hopefully, around the nose here. And on top of, or blending it up on top of my highlight a little bit. So the blush I'm using today is called Prism. It's a gorgeous color. If you don't have it, I would recommend getting it. It's going to be definitely more of a neutral color. I feel like everybody needs this in their kit, or I should say makeup collection. It is a neutral kind of pinky brown, as you can tell, but I feel like you can wear this with anything. This is the blush that you're going to want to wear with a purple smoky eye, or green, or even just like what I have on right now. I'm setting everything with my Mario Badescu spray. I'm going to finish this up with my Extended Play mascara, my favorite mascara. And I'm going to be using today a nude lip pencil here in just a moment. I'm going to be using Strip Down. It's a neutral brown tone. I like to start on the corners of my lips and kind of bring it inward. But it's not super intense as far as like when I overdraw. I don't really even overdraw. I would say I go on top of the actual line rather than right before, if that makes any sense. So it looks a little bit fuller, but it's not overdrawn too intensely. And the lipstick I'm going to be using is Charlotte Tilbury's Nude Kate. It's also a neutral color. If you wanted to use another brand, or if you wanted to use a MAC neutral one, you could do Cream de Nude would be, I feel like, equivalent. Maybe Cream de Nude's a little bit more of a pinky undertone. And then, so exciting is the Joer, I think is how you pronounce it, but the lip topper. That one is in Skinny Dip, and I'm obsessed with this product as well. I love it. I hate lip gloss. It is probably my least favorite makeup product. I never wear it, but this stuff has coconut oil, so it almost feels like a chapstick. It's super smooth, doesn't get stuck in my hair. It is a game changer. You guys have to pick it up.